Hello guys, Frozen Neptunia here, and welcome to, my side series for now. This took me well, not really a while, it took me like a best hour of an evening, because I just looked up a video tutorial on how to do it, but I managed to get my PS2 to work with my game capture software, and I get to show you the game that basically made my childhood. It's not a great game by any means, there are far better games, but this game kind of founded young Samuel's love for the RPG genre. And also, I grew up watching Lord of the Rings, so not when they first came out, I'm not that old, I was born 95. But yeah, we watched the DVDs when I was young, so I remember some bits even scaring me as a kid, but right, this is a momentous occasion for me. Let's begin. Okay, so one thing I am going to state is that I can't use my headphones like I can with Digital Devil Saga, because I'm playing this through a PS2, not a PS3, and there might be a little bit of gameplay noise in the background, because so I can actually listen to the game, I'm actually having it, on my TV speakers coming out, so forgive me if you can actually hear it sort of like echo. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if I'm actually even allowed to show some of these scenes on YouTube because of copyright. But considering pretty much every Lord of the Rings game that isn't War in the North and... Have I mentioned that I despise motorbikes? Seriously, it's 9 o'clock at night, go to sleep! So yeah, I don't even know if I'm allowed to, like, really show this, that's why I'm kind of talking over it, so I'm hoping that YouTube's bots are as idiotic as everybody think they are. But yeah, well, I would definitely say, like, I'm one of those people that their love of fantasy was, like, ignited through Lord of the Rings. Such a good series. Yeah, I know The Hobbit wasn't that great, with like, the movies of The Hobbits weren't... It didn't need to be a three-parter. It didn't. So, I'm just thinking, should I actually just mute myself now? Because I don't really have much else to talk about, because, yeah, commentary isn't my strong point. It's more just rambling. But some of you guys seem to enjoy just hearing my voice. Okay, so it doesn't show us the bit in Mount Doom. Okay, so I last played this game, like, late last year. Like, just fire up the PS2 and just, like, play a little bit of it. But, oh god, I seriously love this game. And I know a lot about it, so this is going to be one of my more informative Let's Plays. Yeah, I don't know, like, every single in-depth mechanic, but yeah, you should be able to learn quite a bit about this game.
Thus the Third Age of Middle-earth began. But the realms of man divided, and their great cities weakened. And in this age the evil powers again arise, yet some hoped for unity in the face of the coming darkness. To Rivendell, the elves called the greatest of all races. With them came Boromir, son of Gondor's steward. And there, at the Council of Elves, a great and desperate plan was conceived. Join us in our quest. Face the power of Mordor, and help to turn the tide.
And now we get into our in-game engine. This ain't the best looking game around, but it's an early PS2 game, so yeah. I think this is like one of the games where I don't really know much about like voice actor trivia, because I think a lot of the voice actors are quite unknown in this game. And if you know anything about these hooded figures, yeah. This human guy, he's kinda screwed. Okay, so we are not thrown. This isn't like our tutorial fight. So, we are controlling Berethor, a Gondor human. And there is no way in hell we are winning this fight. 'Cause, yeah, Ring Wraiths as the first fight. So, just basic attack. Immune. Well, we're dead. I don't even think the crit was necessary.
Slave of Sauron.
You see this animation here? Spoiler. This is basically the last skill that this character learns. Which I find, really damn ridiculous.
Let it pass to him. Let him be spared. To you I bestow this gift of my people. It braces the soul and binds the hearts of others.
I live because of your bravery, my lady. What favor might I grant you?
There is no time. Hurry, we must find your equipment and heal your wounds.
Okay, adventure mode. Here you will travel across Middle-earth, find hidden items and battle groups of foes. Scenes. Gandalf the Grey speaks to you of events in Middle-earth. View these scenes in the Epic Scenes section of your menu. Quest journal updated. Would you have received an epic scene from Middle-earth? View it now. Okay, so these are basically scenes from the movie with Gandalf basically telling us something that isn't really... It's more aimed at us. So, I'm actually going to view these. So, we have the Nazgul Agenda. Sauron's Ringwraiths search the roads to find this man.
Yes, my friend, I have marked you upon the long road from Minas Tirith. You come to Rivendell at the bidding of Lord Denethor. Your great captain, Boromir, has been summoned north, and you ride in his shadow. Yet mission, for a great evil has arisen in the east that threatens all of Middle-earth. A sinister force has been sent in pursuit of your lord. But now it has found you.
Right. So yeah, they are okay, so there is the she-elf as well, which, because the Riding to Rivendell was the first one we saw. Okay, so these movies are just like scenes from the actual movies with pretty much little to no context to them. So let's watch this one. The elves befriend Barathor, and Idriel joins with him.
Idriel is one of the elves of Middle-earth. They are a departing race, leaving these shores. For years beyond count, they lived in harmony with this world, awed by its wonders. This elf is a warrior among her kind. Do not underestimate them. Many have lived thousands of years, possess wisdom and ability far beyond that of mortal men. And now one of their kind has smiled upon you.
Sorry about the silence just then. It took me about 12 minutes to realise that I can actually get my headphones to work. I didn't realise that, okay. I didn't realise that PS2s actually had USB ports. Hey, -5 perception, everyone. Okay, so here we have the main menu. Let's have a look at our stats. So, Barathor, the Gondor Scout. Barathor is going to be kind of like our main, like, physical attacker. He's going to be, in more like MMO terms, he's our DPS. He's mainly going to do a lot of damage and also actually be supplying us with buffs. We can go to his equipment. So, helmet none, tattered wool cloak, battered steel pauldrons, braces none. So we get different like bits of armor, different swords, all that kind of stuff. We have no usable items, and skills. These are how our characters will progress through the game. Skills are, well, let's just say you won't get a lot of them without grinding. There is a travel feature that allows you to travel back to different stages. I will probably do this once or twice just to learn some new moves, because let's just say a character we get kinda really needs this. Because it's a character we get quite late on, who joins very underleveled when compared to the party at that point. So, we start with Guardian Strike, a more powerful melee attack. We learn Orcbane in... So it says 0 out of 5. We have to use swordcrafts that amount of times to learn the skills. I will tell you now, Citadel Rage and Ecthelion Wrath are... These are probably going to be the main skills you see me kind of spam once I get them. So, Orcbane, Uruk-hai Bane. So it gets a lot of like Bane type skills. Banes do extra damage against different types of enemies. He also has Leadership. These are his buff skills. Temporarily enhances the strength of your party, so each does more damage. Leadership gets very powerful late on, but I've never really been one to abuse it, but this might change soon. Passive skills. These are increased by level. So they get, like, different skills. Double attack is... These skills are beautiful. And then perfect mode, which is kind of like a super attack our characters can do. So, here we have Idriel, our Lothlorien scout. We are probably not going to be using her, like, sword skills. So if Berethor was our main physical attacker, Idriel is our main magic attacker. Starting off with, well, she's our magic attacker and healer, so think of her kinda like Yukiko from Persona 4. So she starts with Gift of Elrond, which restores some HP to a party member, and Loudwater Fury. This move can get pretty insane, because this is like her only damaging spell, until we get Water Stallion. Yeah. You are mainly going to be spamming this move. Passive skills, yeah, she hasn't really learned any yet, but no one really does. But yeah, quests. So... I did not know that. Oh, okay, yeah, so we're definitely going to be going to Moria. Moria, I'll talk about Moria once we get there, but... Oh god! Okay, so that's pretty much everything, though I am going to see if I can put subtitles on. Subtitles on, radar on. Difficulty is... I'm going to keep it on medium. But I will tell you now... Oh yeah, I actually have to press start to close the menu. This game can get really cheap with its difficulty. Like, this is someone who's been playing the game for ever since, like, he was a kid. Well, I say kid, like, I think I first played it when I was like... Oh yeah, by pressing square we can zoom the map out, so I'll mainly be doing this. But from that thing, from that chest, we got a shield for Berethor. To equip it. So yeah, like, it's just more armor. There isn't a shop system in this game. Okay, hold on. I need to change that. Rotate view, inverted. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, so, yep, and yep. Okay, so right here we're going to get into... Okay, so when you see that blue orb in the top of the screen, it means there's a forced encounter. When you see the Eye of Sauron, then it's going to be more of a random encounter. So this one won't require too much editing for me. So, this is our first, like, actual thing of combat, and there isn't actually a tutorial. This is what tripped me and my brothers up. Well, me and my brother, because my youngest brothers didn't really play this until, like, they were quite a bit older. So, let's actually show off Fluid Strike. Because I'm just kind of doing this to demonstrate, like, what they can do. Okay, so it's Idriel's turn. Loudwater Fury costs 50. So, yeah. You won't be spamming this early. Because she has a very limited source of SP. AP in this game. But there's Company Might. I remember I used to have, like, the strategy guide for this. God knows where it went. Okay, so I'm just going to finish this off with Guardian Strike. Yeah, you can get, like, multi-crits in this. I think the highest you can get is only like triple crit. But yeah, our AP has gone really low. And XP and Lambus. Lambus, I'm pretty sure, restores action points. Yeah, items such as Lambus can restore action points. So, let's continue on. Okay, so I'm going to go over here because I remember there is an item. Yeah, the frame rate in this game isn't great. Like I said, it's an early PS2 game. Oh, that's... Yeah, like these... The controller I'm using is really old. Oh, I can't actually press triangle. Okay, so equip Idriel. First Age, Galadrim Spirit Warding Pendant. Let's equip that. Okay, so I'm actually going to use item, Barathor, Lambus. Restore some AP. Because you're going to want to keep your AP kind of topped off whenever you can. Because, like I said, if... Like, you really shouldn't be relying on your... Yeah. There are ambush chests in this game. So there can be enemies that are guarding chests. Which... Oh boy, this can get very trolley later on. So... let's just Guardian Strike this guy. Okay, so a tip in this game is always take out the small fry first. If you see an archer, take him out. Because they're... Right, they're a... How will I say it? Their chip damage adds up over time, and archers tend to be kind of fast. Okay, so I'm just going to use Swordcraft, Fluid Strike. I think you do restore your SP on AP on level up. I'm trying to remember if that's true. And I've always loved how like Middle-earth and like elf swords are. I've always like loved that like shape, like the scimitar-esque shape. And we got a party item called Ent Drought File. I think that's how you pronounce it. My controller decided to also move me then for a second. I keep pressing square because I'm so used to Shin Megami Tensei. Okay, so now that we've leveled up, if we go to stats, we have some points to put into our stats. Barathor is... You literally just funnel it all into attack. Idriel is kind of the same, but all into Spirit, because Spirit will increase her AP as well. See, she went from 83 to 93. And our AP did restore on level up, which is great. So, Party Lambus. Oh, hey, look, troll. Long Bottom Leaf. Oh, that name always made us laugh when we were kids. Because what the hell is a long bottom?
I heard a voice. On the road.
Yes, I know.
Who could it...
Patience.
I'm looking for Boromir of Gondor. Have you seen him?
No. But I do see orcs ahead.
And we're thrown into another battle. So, 3 enemies. So I'm going to start off with Loudwater Fury. Yeah, Loudwater Fury is pretty much enough to one-shot a lot of the weaker enemies of this game. Yeah, you see that bar next to our sort of like stats, like HP and AP? That won't come into play until a lot later. But it is the perfect meter. And there we go. Learned Orc Bane. Yeah, it's actually really flashy how you learn moves in this. So, let's try it out. Does more damage to orcs. The Bane skills I never really see the point of using. They're not great for their cost. Okay, so I can't really... So it's Fluid Strike. Because I don't think a normal attack would kill. So a lot of the fights in this, you're not going to see me really edit out, because it's not until later where random encounters really become a problem. And as you saw, we leveled up again. So, stats. I do know you want a bit of dexterity. Speed. Okay, so what the stats do, Spirit is your max AP and your Spirit base damage. So, Spirit is like Barathor's dump stats. Like, he's not going to get any real Spirit Art damage or anything like that. All of his attacks are physical. Const is... This one's actually quite important, because it's how much HP you'll get. So, Strength, Con, and Dex are very good for Barathor. But for Idriel, we're building her to more be just a glass freaking bazooka, just a glass cannon. I almost said bazooka for some reason. And here we have a save point. Allows you to save your game. Do you want to save your game? Okay, so yeah, these are like how many like playthroughs, and yeah, these are really big spoilers for like other parts. So I need to remember that it's save data 6. Saving. Aragon Elven Outpost. So, let's have a look around, shall we? Because I'm going to leave this like this one on for a bit longer, because it's like, what, we're not even at 30 minutes yet, and there's no real editing.
Your wounds must be healed.
Weapons. Provisions. The elves are very resourceful.
Long have we kept such way stations for times of great need.
I am Berethor, captain of the Citadel Guard of Gondor.
And I am Idriel. I serve Galadriel, Lady of Light. Take what you need, and let us be on our way.
Okay, so we've just completed a quest. The character you're controlling will gain XP for completing quests. So quite a few characters can end up underleveled because of this. Items in battle mode, use the item command. So this is where we get like the tutorials and stuff like that. But yeah, like whenever you see a chest, take it. It is always going to be a good thing. And we did actually get a new bit of equipment for Berethor. Citadel Guard Pauldrons. Yeah. Items and equipment in this game actually changes your character's appearance. And also your different like armors and stuff like that will actually appear in cutscenes. I think it's just shields for Berethor that don't. Okay, so through here.
Riven spies! My caravan is in danger.
Those crows seem guided by some fell purpose.
It is the hand of Isengard. The White Wizard has betrayed us. Hurry!
We run all the way down the path, and we really haven't moved. So we have received a scene. Let's view it. Betrayal. Saruman declares war upon these lands, betraying all.
The elves forsake Middle-earth, never to return. Some of them shall briefly shelter at Rivendell. But evil grows strong in the Tower of Orthanc, for one of my kind now serves the enemy. Saruman the White has embraced madness and rages against this land. He covets greater power than you can imagine. I have learned God's audacity. Your sword is much needed here.
Like I said, scenes from the movie with very little in the way of context to them. Right, I've got to press triangle to get out the menu. So, there are still some like items around here we should get, because getting all of the items is important. And yeah, this game is... How do I say it? It's kind of a hallway simulator, which is a term I absolutely hated for Final Fantasy XIII, because the same applies to 10. So we're basically going on a linear path. Like, there's not really much open world to this game at all. But we got the Second Age Elven Silver Tiara of Eredora. So give that. So she's got more armor, so she's a little more tanky. Okay, so yeah, I had a feeling there was an item around here. So kind of look in every like little like nook and cranny of your minimap, because if you see like a little bit that goes off, high chance there's an item back there. Think there's one behind here? No, there isn't. It's always worth checking because you never know. Because as there isn't a shop system in this game, it's very basic. It's very like you go point A to point B to point C to point F. If that makes any sense.
Orcs are amongst them.
There are too many. They have no chance.
Help me defend them.
So, these chieftains, they're going to be kind of annoying to deal with. The flag bearers, as me and my brothers always used to call them, they're kind of like enemy mages and supporters. So that Curse of Orthanc thing that he did, that, I think it makes us take more damage, if I remember correctly. But we've got new armor at this point, so... And yeah, they magic attack with Murder of Crows. They will use this even late on into the game, which is kind of funny. Okay, so Barathor's turn. Fluid Strike would kill you, so... Orc Lesser Captain. Spirit Powers... Actually, no, that's Swordcraft. I did say that I wouldn't be using much of her Swordcraft, but early on, like, it's much better than something like Loudwater Fury, which costs 58 AP. Mainly because its damage is absolutely obscene this early in the game. So let's just hit you a Guardian Strike. Still alive. That's not really a problem because it's just more... Yeah, these guys are incredibly tanky for this point in the game. So we do kind of need to be careful around them. Like, we're taking a bit of a beating here, so... Gift of Elrond, just to give myself some more spirit power points. And I've got no AP. Yeah, just whack him. And whack him. Yeah. Like, these guys are difficult to deal with. Like, they... Like, the chieftains are very damage spongy. Oh, so close. But we do get... Idriel, Third Age, Elven Gold-Plated... Falud? Like, basically, it's a skirt. And Barathor, we get a Ithilien Longsword. Kingfoil leaves and... Oh, cutscene.
You have found him.
What do you mean by that?
It is nothing. Hasten to Rivendell. I have cleared the road for you.
I am grateful, but you must return now to the passes. We saw evidence of recent battle there.
Come, Gondorian. Some may still survive.
Okay, leveling up. When characters accumulate enough experience points, they will level up and gain stat points, which allow you to increase your character's stats. So there we go. We got a level up right then because we got a burst of XP. And there's another one of these scenes. The power of Galadriel.
With every elf that sails across the Western Sea, Middle-earth is diminished. Some travel far from the heart of Elvendom on Earth, realm of the Lord Celeborn. Those you met are all that remain of a group that crossed these mountains. They make for the harbor, to the Grey Havens, and then beyond the White Towers, far beyond. But the gift of the elves is their ability to shape the unseen world. Lothlorien is defended by one of the wisest and most wonderful of these ancient beings. She has the ability to see far and peer deep into the soul of others.
Okay, so this game, it's recommended that you kind of go into it after watching the movies, sort of thing. So let's put your con up to 15. Okay, so I believe that there is a function that allows you to... Yeah. By pressing L1, I can control Idriel if I want to. So we're actually going to wander around a bit because there is actually a quest to do here which is actually kind of difficult for this point in the game. This should be the first band? Yeah. A new type of enemy. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so, restore some health and action points. Yeah, this one, like, this name here was actually really funny for us as kids. Might have something to do with the name of my third youngest brother. Okay, so... let's go for Company Might, because I'm going to probably have to rely on my physical attacks for this. I can't remember if leadership stacks, and yeah, these guys kind of hit like a truck. Like, wild men aren't anything to laugh at. They are actually very difficult for this point in the game. And also Orcbane won't do much damage to them, so we've got to rely on, yeah, Guardian Strike. But they missed. But you hit. So, Berethor does have an ability called Taunt Foe. Taunt Foe is... it's not really an ability that's very useful. If you want my opinion. Like, it's not the best skill to rely on. I'm going to use Fluid Strike. Ooh, nice crit. Dunlin Slash. Though I'm pretty sure that in the actual lore, the wild men are more... I think they're like in the areas around Rohan. Thank you, car, for being loud. Okay, so let's whack him with a Guardian Strike. He didn't die from that. Like, later on in the game, like, when we've got, like, AP in the hundreds, like, we can be a little bit more ability spammy. And Idriel gets a level up, which is really good, because it means she gets her points back. 1 of 3 warbands defeated. Well, defeated. Elf Medicine. Elf Medicine is a revival item. You're probably gonna have to use a lot of these. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, 4 extra points of damage. Pretty nice. And, okay, so Idriel gets... She doesn't get, like, I think she gets, like, 3 different armor sets in the game. The traveling one, the golden one, and then, like, I think it's Mithril? But she gets really high, like, early armor class. But she doesn't get a lot of armor when compared to other characters. I'm quickly just going to use item. Just a couple of Lambus. I think Lambus restores like a percentage of your AP, because we're going to need our AP for a fight that's down here. Because, oh boy, this fight here is a doozy, especially when we were kids. Because you gotta fight 3 of these buggers. Loudwater Fury. Yeah, Loudwater Fury doesn't even kill them. I am just going to go straight for the Guardian Strike. Just get rid of you. So there are points in this game where enemies can get ridiculous amounts of turns. I'm still pretty sure it is a coding error, but there are... like, you can get very unfairly just killed because your characters just don't get turns. Especially with enemies that have stun. Oh, you just wait until we get to stun. It is not a fun status whatsoever. There is a move that Berothor can actually get, which basically kind of makes you immune to stun, but not always. It's called Steadfast, which I would like to learn very quickly. And learned Shattering Strike. Shattering Strike will lower enemy armor rating. Not too useful if you ask me. So let's just smack you. And let's just heal. Because you can never be too safe in this game. Against one enemy, yeah, it's a bit excessive healing, but... he didn't even die from that. So yeah, later on in the game, you're not really going to be using Idriel's like physical attacks, even though she does get some pretty decent weapons. Like her auto attack, her attack damage comes from her weapons, not really her stats. But that is another Warband destroyed, and I think we both our characters leveled from that. They did. So 2 more points, and when you get level 5, when you get like a milestone, you get more points than usual. So let's just bump speed and spirit up. And same with Berothor, let's just bump it all in strength. Because Berothor is our main sort of like DPS this point in the game. We're going to get another character quite soon, but he works a lot differently. Actually, that reminds me. Skills, Idriel. Haste of the Elves is good, so I need to remember, once I've learned that, we'll get the choice of which one do we want to learn out of these two. Drain Inspiration is what you're going to use to grind in this game. To grind SP for... grind uses, you just spam Drain Inspiration. But Gift of Galadriel, you're going to want this. Because there's going to be a point where this is going to be a main healing spell throughout the game. But I don't want to learn Counter. I want to go straight for Citadel Rage. Citadel Rage is going to be very expensive, but as you see there, it allows him to attack twice. And I need to use Company Might 2 more times, and then learn Steadfast. Yeah, so grants party immunity to all stunning effects for the full duration of the fight. Yeah, leadership is really good in this game. I really underused it as a kid. So, it's one thing you come to really love. Okay, so I don't go up here, I go up here. There is one more warband, which is located down in this little alcove here. It'd help if I didn't walk into an invisible wall. Ent Bark, I think, buffs your defense. Items like that, unless it's like Morgul Decay, which is an item we'll see much later into the game, it's not that good. Like most items aren't. Shattering Strike, a melee attack that lowers enemy armor value. It's in my opinion. Like, it's not too great. Okay, so Guardian Strike. I should have used a leadership then. Remember that for next time. Okay, so let's just use Fluid Strike. So yeah, this is the one you're really meant to tackle first, because it doesn't have, like, the two sword ones. And I don't think we've seen, like, Barathor's, like, victory pose. Okay, so all warbands defeated. Gains 2,640 XP and leveled up. So every, like, couple quests, I'm going to swap around my character sort of thing. So let's just Spirit, all the Spirit, because we now have 3 uses of Loudwater Fury. So, let's continue on. I will end the part when we get to the next save point. Encounter meter. It is the Eye of Sauron that appears in the top left-hand corner of your screen. I will actually demo this, because if you kind of just run around in a circle here, it's your random encounter bar. Like, yeah, no, it can actually, like, disappear if you run too far ahead, which is actually kind of funny. I forgot to switch to Gift of Galadriel. So, let's do this. Yeah, like, these enemies, like, die really easily now. This fight I am gonna, like, drag on a bit, just so I can get, Company Valor. And yeah, these enemies just become really pathetic by now. Let's demonstrate Haste of the Elves. This skill's gonna be really crucial in grinding, because it just speeds your character up for the duration of the fight. Their animations don't come out quicker, but you'll see their, like, idle animation is actually quicker. Which, that's a touch I like. I can't use any of those, so just attack it. And yeah, like, my auto attack now is easy enough to one-shot them. And Barathor levels again. You level up actually quite quickly in this game. So, let's stats Barathor. Just put 2 into that. Because, like, we're level 6 already. Like, that won't... Like, our level ups will slow down. And... see? You can actually skip encounters, which is actually really funny. There's not going to be a lot of areas where that's really applicable. But we're in this mountainous region now. So, as I said, we are now at a save point. So, I really hope you enjoyed this first episode. Wow, we're at 50 minutes. So, I hope to show you guys, like, why I loved this game as a kid. And even to this day, I can go back and replay it. So, as per usual, I have been Frozen Neptunia, and I will see all of you lovable people in the next episode. Bye for now.